Welcome to the Quizlytics channel. In this video, we will review 5 questions on the topic of hardware and networking troubleshooting for the CompTIA A+ exam. Let's get started. Question 1. Which part of the CPU is responsible for primary processing? A. ALU B. FPU C. Pipeline D. Registers. Correct answer, A. ALU, Arithmetic Logic Unit, is the primary processing unit of the CPU that performs arithmetic, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and logic operations and or not comparisons, enabling tasks such as addition, subtraction, and comparisons by manipulating binary data. It functions as the brain of the CPU, processing instructions and coordinating with other components to execute commands efficiently. Why the other options are incorrect? Answer B. FPU. The FPU, floating point unit, handles complex decimal, floating point calculations such as 3.14 times 2.71 or scientific functions. It is not used for general or basic processing tasks. Primary processing in the CPU means performing basic arithmetic and logic operations. This is done by the ALU, Arithmetic Logic Unit. Most programs rely on the ALU, not the FPU. A CPU can run without an FPU, but not without an ALU. Therefore, FPU is not responsible for primary processing. Answer C. Pipeline. The pipeline is a technique, not a processing unit. It's used to improve CPU efficiency by allowing multiple instruction steps, fetch, decode, execute, etc., to occur at the same time in different stages. The pipeline does not process data directly. It only helps manage the flow of instructions. Answer D. Registers. Registers are tiny memory locations inside the CPU used to temporarily hold data and instructions during execution. They support processing by providing quick access to values, but they do not perform the processing themselves. Question 2. What is the purpose of buffered RAM? A. Improve RAM response times. B. Improve RAM throughput. C. Improve performance on low RAM systems. D. Improve resistance to electrical problems in high RAM systems. Correct answer D. Improve resistance to electrical problems in high RAM systems. Buffered RAM, also called registered RAM, includes a register or buffer between the memory controller and the memory modules. Its main purpose is to stabilize electrical signals when using a large amount of RAM, reduce electrical load on the memory controller, prevent data corruption or system instability in high memory environments, like servers. Buffered RAM is mainly used in servers and workstations, not standard desktop PCs. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Improve RAM response times. Buffered RAM actually has slightly slower response times compared to unbuffered RAM, because it includes a register or buffer between the memory controller and the memory chips. This extra step introduces a tiny delay, so instead of speeding things up, it adds a small amount of latency. B. Improve RAM throughput. Throughput means how much data the RAM can handle in a given time. Buffered RAM is not designed to boost speed or throughput. In fact, because of the extra buffer, it might have lower throughput than unbuffered RAM in some cases. Its main goal is electrical stability, not speed. C. Improve performance on low RAM systems. Buffered RAM is meant for systems with large amounts of RAM, like servers or workstations. It helps those systems manage many memory modules reliably. If a system has limited RAM, it doesn't need buffered RAM and may not even support it. Question 3. Jordan arrives early to assist with a project, but when he powers on his computer, there is no display on the monitor. After confirming that both the computer and the monitor are on, what could be the problem? A. The VGA cable is not securely connected. B. The wireless feature was unintentionally turned off. C. The monitor's Ethernet cable is disconnected. D. The computer is engaged in a disk defragmentation process. Correct answer A. The VGA cable is not securely connected. When both the computer and monitor are turned on, but nothing shows up on the screen, the most common cause is a video connection issue. A VGA cable, or HDMI DisplayPort in modern setups, is what sends the video signal from the computer to the monitor. If this cable is loose, unplugged, or damaged, the monitor won't receive any signal, and it may display a black screen or say, "No signal." Even though the monitor is powered on, without a proper signal from the computer, it can't display anything. So, checking the cable connection is always the first and smartest step in troubleshooting a blank monitor. Why the other options are incorrect. B. The wireless feature was unintentionally turned off. This refers to Wi-Fi or Internet connectivity. Even if Wi-Fi is off, the computer still boots up normally and displays on the monitor. Wi-Fi has nothing to do with whether the screen turns on or not. C. The monitor's Ethernet cable is disconnected. Most monitors don't use Ethernet cables. They are not connected to the network like computers are. Even if the monitor had network features, very rare, Ethernet is not needed to show a screen. The monitor just needs a video signal, not an internet connection. D. The computer is engaged in a disk defragmentation process. Disk defragmentation is a background task that improves hard drive performance. It happens after the system boots and the display is already active. It does not affect whether the screen turns on or not. Question 4. Several employees in the customer service department at your tech company are unable to access the Internet. Upon investigation, you notice that they all have IP addresses starting with 169.254. Why can't they connect to the Internet? A. DNS configuration issue. B. Weak Wi-Fi signal. C. They are using an APK address. D. The DHCP server is functioning properly. Correct answer C. They are using an APK address. An IP address that starts with 169.254.x.x is known as an APIPA, Automatic Private IP Addressing. Address? APIPA is a feature that assigns a temporary IP address when a computer cannot reach a DHCP server. It allows limited local network communication but does not provide Internet access. The system assigns itself this address when it fails to get a proper IP from DHCP like 192.168xx or 10xxxx. Since all affected employees have 169.254 addresses, it means their computers cannot reach the DHCP server, and that's why they can't access the Internet. Why the other options are incorrect. A. DNS configuration issue. DNS, Domain Name System, is responsible for translating domain names like www.google.com into IP addresses. If there's a DNS issue, users may not be able to access websites by name, but they can still connect to the Internet by using an actual IP address, if they have one. In this case, the users have 169.254 addresses, which means they never got a valid IP in the first place. This problem happens before DNS is even involved. B. Weak Wi-Fi signal. A computer can still get a valid IP address from the DHCP server, even with a weak signal, as long as it's connected. The 169.254 IP specifically means that the device couldn't talk to the DHCP server at all, which suggests a deeper network communication failure, not just signal weakness. D. The DHCP server is functioning properly. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, assigns valid IP addresses to devices on a network. When a computer ends up with a 169.254.x.x address, it means the DHCP request failed, either because the DHCP server is down, unreachable, or the network is misconfigured. If the DHCP server were functioning properly, clients would have valid IPs like 192.168xx, 10xxx, etc. Question 5. What is stored in RAM? A. Active programs. B. Hardware data. C. Nothing is stored in RAM. D. Inactive programs. Correct answer A. Active programs. RAM, random access memory, is a type of volatile memory that temporarily stores active programs, operating system data, and files currently in use. This allows the CPU to access information quickly, improving system performance. When the computer is turned off, the data in RAM is lost. Why the other options are incorrect. B. Hardware data. Hardware data like firmware or BIOS settings is stored in ROM, read-only memory, not RAM. C. Nothing is stored in RAM. RAM is never empty while the computer is running. It is constantly storing and updating data. D. Inactive programs. Inactive programs, those not currently running, are stored on permanent storage like the hard drive or SSD, not in RAM. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more easy and fun lessons. See you next time.